Hello Shotokan family, welcome to this class. Today we're going to do blue belt stuff. We're going to do the blue belt kihon and looking at different aspects like speed, like relaxation, like stances. Okay, let's do a quick warm-up. Let's be in a shoulder width stance and be just relaxed and then do some head turns, some nose. Some yeses. Stay relaxed. Breathe into your stomach. Okay, let's do some head turns. Slowly, carefully. One direction. And switch direction. Switch again if you want. Okay, let's go downwards to the shoulders and add some shoulder rolls. Try to find the maximum extension. How far can you go with your shoulders? We don't need speed at the moment. We need to know where the limits of the shoulders are. And forward. A relaxing breath. Okay, and time. Let's add the arms, push them to the side, and then add with small circles backwards. As you turn, you can increase the size of the circles. Stay relaxed with the rest of the body. Relaxed breath. And change direction. You can also help the movement with your knees, pushing yourself up from the ground like I do. Okay, next, some hip body rolls. Let's do some twists first. Easy, relaxed. With each twist, try to look a bit further behind. Try to extend your range of motion with this dynamic stretching technique. And time. Let's add these hip body rolls. We don't need speed. Just focus, be attentive. Focus. What are your legs doing? How far can I go? Why can't I go further? What is blocking me? Is it muscles? Is it tendons? Is it some pain somewhere? Switch direction freely. And time. Let's add some knee circles. Keep your upper body upright, no hunching back. Touch your knees and turn to one side. Stay relaxed with everything but the legs. Feel the warmth of your hands on your knees and change direction. And time. Okay, let's warm up our ankles. Do a narrow stance. And then just push ourselves up from the ground. So we stretch dynamically, we stretch our ankles and we warm up our calves. Try not to put back the heel to the ground totally, so that still a part of your muscle needs to work even when you're down towards the ground. Okay, let's change to one-sided. If you want, you can do on one leg. It's also a balance exercise. If you want, you can also hold on to a wall or a chair. If you lose balance, just quickly touch the ground with your other leg and change. Here you see and you feel which is your favorite leg, which is your first leg, where is your balance better, where is your strength better, and time. Okay, let's go to the ground. In a plank position, ready for some push-ups. I do 20 today. Ready, and ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, sich, hach, yu, and chu. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, kyu, and ju. Stay in this position. Feel your belly muscles, they have to work. Otherwise you would hang down. Feel your belly muscles. And slowly get up again, get down again. Once more. Slowly push yourself up. Okay, on your knees. In seiza position. Try to be upwards. Feel what is hindering you. Do you have any pain somewhere, or is it easy to sit like this? Sit upright. Is your head centered above your body? Shoulders back, but relaxed. And let's bow in seiza position. And again. Do a quick meditation. Close your eyes and breathe. It's called Mokso. Close your eyes. Feel your breath. Mokso Yame means close your eyes is finished. Open your eyes again. Slowly get up. And bow, Rei. Okay, next thing is we warm up our legs with the dynamic stretching exercise. Go to Zenkutsudachi. Relaxed, deep. And let's do leg swings. Focus on your front leg. While you come up with your back leg, is it still bent, your front leg, or do you push yourself up? Ideally, it would still be bent. Relax and breathe. Okay, switch. Now if you focus on your hips now in the Zenkutsudachi have a 45-degree angle. When you swing your leg up, you first turn your hip towards a 90-degree angle or 0-degree angle so that it's parallel to the wall opposing you. Okay, let's do that and see if that works. Relax, breathe. Another thing to focus on, are you telegraphing? So are you bouncing? Am I bouncing before I swing my leg for the next time? So going down, bounce, and then, or am I still? Let's try to be still and not telegraph what our intention is to do next. Okay, let's do that again. Let's stay still, but not lose our relaxation. We don't want to tense up. And time. Right? Okay, for today's kihon, we're doing the blue belt kihon and looking at different things to focus on. First, let's do Nitsuki. Right? Yoi. Let's do it really slow, relaxed. And Gedambarai Kamate. We are in Zenkutsudachi. So if we look at our front toe, we should see our front toe just above your knee. Shouldn't be completely hidden. You shouldn't see your whole foot. You can even go deeper if you want. Check the width of your stance. It shouldn't be a bow stance. It shouldn't be too narrow. It can even be like 1 meter or a bit more than a yard wide. Stay relaxed. Let's lose our Gedambarai for the moment. Feel the posture. Feel the stance. Am I centered? Am I leaning forward? Am I leaning back? Good. Very good. Let's go back. Yoi. And with a bit more intent and with a bit more energy and speed, let's do Gedambarai Komite. Okay, let's add Nitsuki. Do it pretty slowly. 4 times front, 4 times back. And Hashime. Ni. San. Shi. And Mote. Again. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Mote. And Yame. Okay, let's do that again. Focus on some small details. Let's keep the energy. It's a bit below normal speed. Right? Yoi. Gedambarai Kamate. Okay, for the next run, let's try to have the first punch punched at the same time as our stepping foot lands. Okay? Let's try. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. I do go. Mote. Same thing, going backwards. See that the first punch lands when the stepping leg reaches the ground. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. And go. Mote. and yame. In Nitsuki, next thing we're looking at, very simple, very simple. Let's look at how we do Hikite. The Hikite is pulling our hand back when the other one punches, should be at the level of the belt. And the elbow should be tucked in, shouldn't be like that, should be like that. Not too tense, but just tucked away. Right, yoi, kedanbai kamete. Same speed as before, looking at Hikite. Nitsuki, 5 times forward, 5 times back. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Mate, ich, ni, san, shi, go. Mate, and yame. Right. Okay, let's go to the next technique. Let's do Uke Gyakutsuki. First, let's do this without moving, without stepping. Just in a shoulder width position, relaxed, and ich, ni, san, shi, go, and the other way, ich, ni, san, shi, go. There's so much going on here. So, for example, you could focus on having a Hikite correctly in the beginning, focus on having a relaxed hand, focus on are we using the body to push the arm upwards, because the energy comes from the body, not from the arm. The energy comes from the body. Then it's the Hikite again here. Are we slightly turning our hips? And then once we reach a Gyakutsuki, is the Gyakutsuki, where does the energy come from? Is it from turning of the hips? Do I punch centered, or do I punch straight ahead like this? I should punch centered. Do I punch with the first 2 knuckles? Or do I punch with these bones here? I should slightly bend my wrist here so that the impact reaches the first 2 knuckles. Let's try that again and focus on many of these things at the same time. Okay? And ich, ni, san, shi, go, ich, ni, san, shi, and go. And yame. Okay, let's do this in stepping motion. First thing now we are looking at, what is our head doing? Is it bouncing around or is it keeping straight? Head and the neck muscles need to be relaxed. So it's like Sensei John always said, if you move a cat into the air, it will turn itself and fall. Our head should be always relaxed, looking at the opponent, but also gathering around what's going around what's going on around me. Okay, right? Yoi. Kedanbai kamete. Uke Gyakutsuki, focusing on head. Ich, ni, san, shi, and go. And mote. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Mote. Yame. Okay, next thing is Gedanbarai Gyakutsuki. Let's do this in stepping motion. Also here in Gedanbarai, we have a hip turn. So let's look that our head stays forward. Also, something that is very important here that many beginners have to learn is look at your front knee. What is it doing when I do a Gyakutsuki? The knee should be more or less stable. The knee should not go to the side. If you go to the side with the knee when you do a Gyakutsuki, you hurt your knee, and it means you don't invest tension here in this muscle, in this adductor muscle. So how it should look is, look at my knee. Knee is stable even though the hips turn. So the hips turn around this point over the knee. Knee is stable. Let's look at the knee. Right? Yoi. Kedambai kamate. Kedambai Gyakutsuki. Focus on knee. Ich. Knee. San. Chi. Go. Mote. Ich. Knee. San. Chi. Go. Mote. And yame. Okay, let's do the same thing, but add some speed. How can we add some speed? We add speed by being relaxed. Let's focus on relaxing everything, every muscle that is not imminently necessary to do the movement that we need, that we want. Right? Yoi. Get down by kamate. And relax. Speed through relaxation. Get down by Gyakutsuki. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Mote. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. And totally relaxed. Stay still. Stay relaxed. Then let's look at your stance. You can relax your upper body. Is your stance correct? Let's look at your front knee. If you look over your front knee, do you see your toes? How wide are you? How wide is your stance? Is the heel of your back leg grounded? Is it on the ground? Then the position of your hips, of your belly. Are you leaning forward? Do you have in German you say a hohles Kreuz, a hollow cross, or do you have tension in your muscles here, so to prevent leaning forward? And are you centered? All these things will come naturally once we incorporate them into our daily training. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's do Soto Ude Uke Gyakutsuki. Ray, Yoi. Gedambarai kamate. Soto Ude Uke Gyakutsuki. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Mote. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Mote. And yame. Soto Ude Uke Gyakutsuki has some different hip rotation, difficult hip rotations in it. Let's do it really slowly and relaxed, in a very relaxed motion. Ray? Yoi. We stay relaxed with your upper body, but we try to have a deep, good Zenkutsudachi stance. Gedambarai kamaite, slowly. Soto Ude Uke Gyakutsuki. Ich. Focus on your hips. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Mote. And same thing backward. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. And go. Mote very slowly. Okay, let's look at how Soto Ude Uke should look. So there are two different starting points. One starting point is having your hand up here, then while stepping, coming front. This takes more energy, I think, because the arm is further away from the center of rotation. The closer something is to the center of rotation, the easier is it to accelerate. So the second way of putting your hand for Soto Ude Uke is to put it close to your head, because then you're very close to your center of gravity. Let's try that. And then what happens, using your hip as an accelerator like a hip, you accelerate your arm and then your fist out. The end position should be something like that. The fist should be at the same height as your shoulder, your head relaxed, looking straight forward, and your hip in Hanmi position, 45 degrees. So you hit with the impact, you hit with a twist at the end, and should be about the same height. Should come over the center of your body. That's something that I do. If I'm lazy, I just do like this, but that's not the point. The point is somebody attacks you, so we want to push him away from the center of our body. And that's also why the hip rotation is so important. Okay, let's do this again. Add relaxation and speed to this kihon. Ready? Yoi. Relaxed but speedy. Kidamarai kamaite. Soto Ude Uke Gyakutsuki. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. And go. Mate. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. And go. Mote. And yame. Okay, let's do the next kihon. That's Uchi Uke Gyakutsuki. In Uchi Uke, we grab, or we have our fist close to our belt, and then swing it outside while having a motion of the hip into the other direction. Again, it's a whip-like motion. Uchi Uke Gyakutsuki. Genbarai kamate. Subnormal speed. And ich. Ni. Ni, san. Shi. And go. Kamate. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go! And let's stay in Zenkutsudachi. Stay deeply, stay in a relaxed, Gedambarai position. Now, the next 10, let's focus on what our feet are doing. As you know, I've told several times, I want the feet, I like it when the feet here, look at my front foot. When stepping, I don't telegraph that I'm coming right now, but I put my weight onto it and only at the last moment the foot rotates. Not like this, but like this. Was? Let's look at this. Uchi Uke Gyakutsuki. Uchi Uke Gyakutsuki, focusing at foot while stepping. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. And go. Mote. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. And go. Mote. And again. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. And go. Mote. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Mote. And yame. Ray. One of the next kihon is something pretty new. We want to have an Empy Uchi. For this, let's warm up our feet and legs. Do a bit of an exercise in Kibadachi. Let's go to Kibadachi. Let's have our arms relaxed, heads close to the face, and just bounce up and down. Pretty soon we're going to feel it in our butt. We're going to feel it on our upper legs. Make sure you put your knees out, not in. Just bounce up and down. Make sure you don't lean forward. You should have an upright upper body. Outside of the feet should be parallel. And yame. Good warm up for the Kibadachi. Next kihon is Oitsuki to Zenkutsudachi, and then change to Kibadachi and do an Empy Uchi. Let's try that. Ray. Gedanbarai kamete. Oitsuki, Kibadachi. Empy Uchi in Kibadachi. Ich. Ni. San. And Maute. Again. Ich. Ni. San. And Maute. And yame. Okay, how do we get from Zenkutsudachi to Kibadachi? Let's look at this. Ich. Then the intent is to hit somebody in front of us with an Empy Uchi. So we could step with the back leg, but if we step with the back leg, we lose our energy, we lose half a second or so that we need to push forward. So what I do is, I rather take back my front leg, keep my back leg straight or stable, and push from this. Let's try. See if that works for you too. Gedanbarai kamete. Oitsuki. Empy Uchi. Ich. Ni. San. Maute. Ich. Ni. San. Mote. And yame. So let's add one of the last kihon that we look at in this class. It's going to be Shuto Uke Nukite. So Shuto Uke Nukite. It's also a change of stance here. First, for Shuto Uke, we go into a Kokutsudachi. Again, Kokutsudachi, 60% or 70, even 30% on the front. Sitting down, the front knee needs to be bent a little bit. And then moving to a Zenkutsudachi. Also here, I like to move from a Kokutsudachi to a Zenkutsudachi by displacing my front foot so that I can push from my back foot from the ground here. And of course, turning the hips by acceleration through the back leg. Let's try this slowly and carefully. Os. Shuto Uke in Kokutsudachi, followed by Nukite in Zenkutsudachi. And each. Ni. San. Shi. And Mawate. That was wrong, sorry. Ni. San. Shi. Mawate. And stay in Kokutsudachi. Look at your stance. How are you standing? So the line, which is from your heel, from the front foot, should meet the heel of your back foot. Should be about 90 degrees. Definitely not more. Maybe sometimes a bit less. In a kata competition, it needs to be exactly 90 degrees. That's better. So stay in this position. And let's do it again. Each. Ni. San. And Mawate. Ni. San. Shi. And Mawate. Yame. Okay, that was the part of the kihon for this level. As a cool down, we're looking into some kata work, just to relax, get our mind off, and add some new things into our mind. Let's do Heian Shodan through Heian Yondan, slowly and carefully. Rei, Yame, Yoi. As a cool down, Heian 1 to 4. Heian Shodan. And Hashime. Hai! E. Okay, quick change of plans. Let's focus on Heian Shodan alone. Let's focus on these things that we looked at in the kihon. So, how is my front foot? Is it stable when I step? Is my head stable? Do I have a relaxed upper body? Let's look at these things instead of going through all the kata. Heian Shodan. Hashime. Hey. Hey. Andiamo. Let's do it one last time. This time, let's do it even more slow and focus on how are we breathing. Have a deep in-breath and a thorough out-breath. Push all your air out. Rei, Yoi. Heian Shodan. Focus on breath. Hashime. Hi. Yame. Rei. Os. Let's do one little end thing, just focusing our chi and do the warrior and the scholar. Two examples how we can focus on ourselves and bring back the energy. Okay, first focusing our chi. Everything should be relaxed. And time. Let's do the last one. That's the warrior and the scholar. Like in some kata, we have the left hand straight and the right hand as a fist. Have our feet close, parallel, and it works like that. Bring up your fist to your solar plexus. Let's do 3 more. Find one last. Us, this concludes today's class. I hope you had a good time. We brought some repetitions in and looked at certain specific things in our kihon that are so important that we shouldn't forget. Us, see you in the next class.